In this video, I want to discuss the anatomy of an irregular bone known as the mandible. The mandible, we can see here, is the jawbone and is the only articulating, only freely mobile structure of the human skull when we are an adult. And a few things that we can see on this guy, the ridge here where the teeth are locked in, that you can see forming these kind of lines here. This is the alveolar margins. We will see this hole here called the mental foramen. You will also see coming off here this area simply known as the body. And the body pretty much makes the entirety of this guy up. But I'm going to label this as body. And we're going to continue on with this area here where we form an angle. So this is the angle of the mandible. And we're going to continue upwards for this process here. This is the condyloid process. Condyloid process. And if we come from the condyloid process, we're going to have this area here, the notch. The notch. And we move up from the notch and we find this process, the coronoid process. Now, if you kind of think about it, there's one way that I always have you guys remember that if somebody runs their mouth too much, they jack their jaws too much, you get annoyed. Coronoid process, and here's one back there. And the only thing we can't see, and just right there, you will be able to see the mandibular foramen on the posterior. Mandibular foramen on the posterior jaw, posterior mandible. So this concludes my video on the mandible. Thank you.